Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about something that is a little more difficult to talk about other than watching me do my hair and makeup, which is so beautifully done. It's the end of the day, it's night, I'm tired, I don't even care. But today I wanted to stick to why I started this channel, which is to help people, whoever I can reach out to, so that's what I'm going to do. Sorry if you hear a little buzz in the background. It's my daughter's sound machine on the monitor. But I wanted to talk about how I deal with abandonment. I was abandoned by two very important people in my life, one at an age I don't remember, and one in my adult life. And the one that I don't remember did scar me a little bit as I got older because I started to realize what had happened. And then the one in my adult life has really put things into perspective for me. And it's brought out a lot of strength and knowledge that I didn't know I had. And I know that other people are going through the same thing or may have gone through the same thing. So I just wanted to share with you how I got through it and how I deal with it every day. Every day is not perfect. I don't deal with it this way every day. Some days I'm really sad, some days I'm angry, some days I'm just don't care. I mean, it changes every day, but I go through these steps whenever I'm feeling a different type of way each day, and it helps me get back to what I'm going to talk about. So I'm going to start at the bottom and then work my way up to how I deal with it. I wrote some things down just so I don't forget because my mind gets really scattered and I get off topic. But I went through first anger and bitterness. I blamed everyone for what happened. It was nothing I did caused the whole situation to happen. I'm talking about both situations in my life, but especially the adult life situation where it happened not even 6 months ago. And I blamed other people for why it happened instead of accepting responsibility for why it happened within myself. And that's part of my anger, I guess, that I showed. I started picking fights with people and just basically deflecting what was happening onto other people. I'd pick fights and start fights with people who had nothing to do with the situation, and I started pushing people away, and it just wasn't a good time. I was very sharp-tongued to people. I just said whatever to whoever, and I just was very bitter inside, and I started to realize that, and then I worked up to depression. I cried a lot. It was at random times too. I would turn over and cry in my sleep. I mean, I just didn't want to talk to people. I didn't want to talk about it. I was just emotionally drained by everything, and it really contributed to the depression that I'd already battled with postpartum. And I dealt with some anxiety and depression prior to having Olivia. So it really just leveled up everything that I had already been through and just made it 10 times more magnified. And I just started feeling very numb, and I had a lot of self-pity, like woe is me type attitude, and I was just really in a deep dark place where I just felt like nobody loved me and I was worthless. And I started to realize that, and I started to self-reflect, which was my next step. I started realizing what my part was in the situation. Of course, my part in the situation when I was young, baby, I want to say, yeah, I was like 1, 2, maybe, whenever ties were completely broken, and I had no part in that. I mean, that was the adults, the whole situation, but I just felt like in my later life, as I grew up, when I had the opportunity to talk to them and to spend time with them and get to know them, I felt like that wasn't really taken well. I didn't really cherish the time. I didn't utilize my time well, and I didn't get to know them. So that was my part. But in my adult life, I didn't realize what I had contributed to the situation. to make it so dramatic as it was and why it happened. And then I started to think about what I can do to move forward, which is to just keep living life, to focus on the good, to realize what I do have and who is still in my life and who still chooses to be around me and who wants to work on relationships and all of that. It just really comes to light. It was some of my mistakes, but I feel like as a child, you don't owe the parent the first step. The parent should always be the parent, no matter how old you are, and that just isn't the case. So I just gotta keep moving forward and be the best mom I can be for the child that I have, and know that I'm not going to put her in that similar situation where she has to go through these steps. Never in a million years. But I just keep moving forward and knowing what I'm working towards and putting myself um, out there more, which was in my next step. I realized my self-worth and I found hobbies and I found my passion. My passion is children and helping people in general. I love, 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 love seeing people that I've helped or that I've said something that clicked with them and that they're like, thank you so much. That just, I feel like I'm not alone anymore, which is the whole reason why I started this channel. And this is another hobby of mine that I really want to delve myself into. Whether people think weird about me or not, it's something that I love to do and something that I will continue to do. And I've also enrolled back into school for my master's, which I start on the 22nd for school counseling. And I'm really, really excited to get back into school. I've always loved school, and I'm excited to take my career to the next level with children. So I'm looking towards the future, and I'm delving myself into motherhood and things that I find worthy of my time, and that's going to take the most of my time and fill my cup up the most. So I just really took that step after self-reflection to find who I am as an individual and not identifying myself and being so codependent on other people, because anybody can leave you at any moment. I mean, whether it's death, whether it's divorce, whether it's a breakup, whether it's just abandonment. I mean, anybody can leave you at any second, so you really have to know who you are and know what you want to give back into the world, because that's what you're going to get in return. So that's really what I'm trying to do now, is find who I am and to work on that and to be the best version of myself and to show Olivia what a strong woman is and what a good mother is. And that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I've realized, which led me into acceptance. I've accepted the whole situation. I forgive everyone in the situation. It doesn't mean that me, the child, has to reach out and say, I'm so sorry, and be a brown noser, because I'm not sorry for anything and I never will be. A lot of the situations that I've reflected on, I did play a part in, but it wasn't solely me and it wasn't started by me. That sounds really childish, but if you knew the whole situation, which I'm not going to get into, you would understand what I mean. But I do forgive everyone, and I have so much love for all the people that basically abandoned me. I still love them, and I'm just really going to take this time to accept what's happened and to wait until that time comes where the universe brings us back together. There's been times where the person who abandoned me in my childhood life has come around, but it's very wishy-washy situation, and it just is what it is. I don't take anything personally. I don't, it doesn't really affect me anymore as much as it used to. But the one in my adulthood life, I accept and I forgive and I still love. But ultimately, I do have my days where I'm angry and I'm bitter, and I have to go back all the way up through those steps to acceptance, which is really hard sometimes because we're human. I'm human, and I start thinking about, I am the child in this situation. What is going on? Like, what goes through your brain? I am a mother, and I know that I would never ever put my child through this. Like, I'm a parent. I'm not saying it's my mother. My mother is amazing. But I'm a parent now, and I would never ever just completely cut ties with my child over something so trivial. And so I have to work my way back from the bottom all the way back up, just like everybody else. But these are the things that helped me get through it and help me every day get through it, because it is a battle, it is a struggle. And I just wanted to share this with you all, not for pity, not for anything other than to help everybody else who may be in similar shoes that I am right now. So I did go through anger and bitterness. I went through some depression. I self-reflected. I'm finding out who I am as an individual, and I've accepted the situation. So those are the 5 things that I've done to help me deal with the abandonment issues that I have and had as a child and now a woman. So yes, I hope that this helped and reached somebody who needed this, and fills your ear up and your heart up with positivity, and know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And I get you, and I understand, and every day is a struggle, but we'll get through it together. And please comment below if you can relate or understand or whatever. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, message me. Either way, I'd love to hear from you guys. Give us a thumbs up if you liked it, and like me, make sure to subscribe. I'm still trying to get to 500 subscribers for my giveaway, so I'm back, I'm finding out who I am, and I hope you all enjoy who I am, and just know I'm a work in progress, just like we all are. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.
Everybody loves the things you do, from the way you talk to the way you move.